Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sivadas Madhavan, Associate Professor of English. I have not been able to publish my video lessons for the last 6 months as I was ill. Now I hope I will be able to continue with my video lessons. Today I am going to talk about statistics for researchers. The term statistics is quite confusing to the research students, and most of the time they ask the question, why do we have to study statistics, or why do we have to deal with statistics? Many of them say that we came to social science to get rid of these scientific problems of mathematics, statistics, etc. But statistics will help the researchers to interpret the data. The term statistics means the mathematics that deals with collection, analysis, and interpretation of data. So to interpret the data, statistics will help the students. And broadly speaking, statistics can be divided into two types: descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. Inferential statistics draws conclusions from data that are subject to random variation that we will deal with later. First, let us consider descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics tells us what is going on in a population of data or data set. And descriptive statistics helps us to measure frequency, central tendency, dispersion, and position. So these 4 points: frequency, central tendency, dispersion, and position. These are the most common items that we consider under descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics helps us to describe the statistical points related to the data that a researcher collects. And the first one, frequency. Under frequency, we have count, percent, and frequency. Count is name of numbers. The numbers we name in different ways. There are cardinal numbers and ordinal numbers. Cardinal numbers 1, 2, 3, and ordinal numbers first, second, third, etc. That everybody knows. Next, percent. Percent means a part of a whole that we express in hundreds. For example, 4 out of 10 is 40%. 4 out of 10 is equal to 40 out of 100. Or if a person gets 32 out of 80, that is also 40%. So, however large the sum is, if you mention the percent, it will be easy to guess the idea or guess the size of the data, or size of the number, or the size of the amount that you are talking about. So percent will help you to understand it better. And next is frequency. Frequency is the conditions occurring frequently. So it happens again and again, or how often it happens, or how many times it happens, etc. And next is central tendency. And in central tendency, we deal with mean, median, and mode. These 3 items are quite common and everybody knows. Mean is nothing but average. Median is the mid-value. And mode is the most frequently occurring number or data. So these are quite common. Mean is average. Average means total will be divided by the number of items. So average is quite common and everybody knows. Median is the mid-value, the value that comes in the middle of the distribution of data. And mode is the most frequently repeated number or the data. And next is dispersion. Dispersion is the spread of data from the mean. So how far the data or the value of data moves away from the mean. Mean is average. So that is variance. And variance shows the average distance from the mean, or the distance from the mean. And that is the same as standard deviation. Standard deviation is also the same, but there is a difference between standard deviation and variance. Variance is the squared distance from the mean. The squared difference from the mean is variance. How far the data moves away from the mean, but it is squared. And this squaring is to avoid the confusion of negative numbers. For example, standard deviation is also the same as variance. Standard deviation, when you calculate, may have negative numbers. And to avoid the negative numbers, or to get rid of these negative numbers, we use square. So we can easily say that variance is the squared standard deviation, or standard deviation we can say as the square root of variance. Both are the same. Variance and standard deviation are more or less the same, but the difference is that one is squared and the other one is the square root. So that will help us. And the importance of standard deviation and variance we will come to know when we consider some problems in research. See, for example, if you consider the type of schools you want to send your children to, you will consider a school where the standard deviation is very low. If standard deviation is very high, you will say that there is no certainty that most of our students will have good marks. So this we will come to when we talk about standard deviation and variance in the later videos. So range, the third one is range. Range is the difference between the highest value and the lowest value, or range is the difference between the highest value and the lowest value, or you can say highest value minus the lowest value is the range. So that is also under dispersion. And next we come to positions. Positions are of two types. One is percentile, the percentile rank, and the second one is quartile rank. Percentile rank and quartile rank. Percentile is related to 100. That means percentile means each of the 100 equal groups into which a population can be divided. So percent and percentile are different. Percent is the part of a whole we express in hundreds, but percentile is each of the 100 equal groups a population can be divided. See, that's why sometimes in a class of 80 students, there may be many students who get 50 marks or 50% marks, or there may be sometimes 6 or 7 students who get 55 marks, etc. So there, when you consider their rank, they come to the same rank with the same mark. That means when you divide the group of students into 100 equal groups, many may come to a particular group. So that is percentile. Percentile is each of the 100 equal groups into which a population can be divided. And quartile is similarly each of the 4 equal groups into which a population can be divided. That is 4 groups. That means 25, 50, 75 and 100. So quartile. Quartile means 4 divisions or 4 groups which are equal. 25, 50, 75 and 100. So quartile will have 4 groups, 25 each in everything, in every group. So first quartile will be 25, second quartile will be 50, third quartile will be 75, and fourth quartile will be 100. So these are the main items that we consider under descriptive statistics. They are frequency, central tendency, dispersion, and positions. And that's all for today. And the other items we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.